What's up YouTube, Tyler here from Yu-Gi Bros, and today I'm doing a video on how to intimidate your opponent. Now, seeing as how I did that video, which was how to be a better Yu-Gi-Oh player, that kind of might help some people understand that what it really takes is, it's all mind. You know, you don't have to be good at the game, you just gotta trick your opponent to think you're better, and then it makes them all on the edge, and then you just take in the quick win sweep. So, I'm going to tell you 15 ways to intimidate your opponent, and there's actually sometimes some of them work. So we'll start with number 1. When you sit down and you play your opponent, right away, ask if they have their invite. Don't ask for their name, don't acknowledge their existence. All you want to say is one thing: do you have your invite? If they say yes, okay, you know you're dealing with it. If they say no, you have an easy win, you don't have to deal with it. Because your opponent automatically thinks that you have your invite whether you do or don't, and the fact that you're going to beat them. So number 2, ask your opponent if you want me to fold out my mat. By meaning that, I mean you have a spell run, obviously, because you're a better player than them. And if they don't have a mat, you automatically win because that means they're worse. And if they do have a mat, don't acknowledge that they do and just ask if they want to fold that mat. And they say why, just say if you ever want to play on like real money mats, I'm letting you do it. It's a nice guy. You're a nice person for doing that. Number 3, ask him if he knows who you are. Right away, just sit down and be like, and say, when he puts his hand out and introduces himself, be like, do you know who I am? And then look around, and hopefully you have a friend who's sitting there like, oh my god, it's this and that. So that will always help. That's intimidating. Number 4, have a friend or fan come up and say, are you Tyler from Yu-Gi Bros, or are you such from such? It's a pretty intimidating thing. I actually know this because in ARG Worcester, I had somebody come up and say that to me, and it was the first time it's ever happened. Like, it was some random kid, and I was playing some random kid. He didn't have a mat. He had a shitty upper deck box, so I already knew I won. But the poor guy, man, he must have just been like, shit, this kid must be like really good or something. So I gave him that Swift 2-0, but I would be pretty fucking scared if all of a sudden some kid came up and talked to my opponent like that. Number 5, get swole and wear a tank. If you don't know who gets swole, because I am talking to the Yu-Gi community, get big, hit the gym right quick, and then wear something sleeveless, because it makes you just larger than them, so it's very intimidating. Because if you beat them, they can beat you up after, and then just take your stuff. So you can't play the next round that you just won. So that's a thing. Number 6, bring a condom and proceed to put it on. And if your opponent asks why, just tell them they're about to get fucked. Plain and simple. That's pretty direct, and that's about it. That will usually seal the deal there. And if they are not intimidated by then, give them the win. It doesn't even matter. Number 7, tell them that you play Chain Burn or Nurse Burn. This is 2 very intimidating decks, and both of them get like the guaranteed win as soon as they play. So. Number 9, have your friends carry you to your seat. For example, if you know what LeBroning is from Game 1 in the past finals, they carry LeBron off the court. That's what your friends should do to you and bring you to the seat, because you're too good for the floor, basically. Number 10, have someone narrate every move you do. So just have someone behind you with a great voice, literally narrating every single thing. I mean, I'm not sure how much they'll appreciate it, but it's pretty intimidating when you have somebody literally broadcasting everything you do. Makes you feel pretty special. 11 is my favorite. Break out a Sharpie, and then without him knowing or without him paying attention, just take his card off the field, pull out the sleeve, and then proceed to sign the card. It's pretty funny. 12, win the die roll, and then tell him you have game. Now, the only way this is like 100% true is if you're playing Infernities or Unfanities. But in general, just tell them you have the win. 13, have a Yu-Gi-Oh tattoo visible. Ideally, I would say the throat. A good like Yugi's Pyramid or whatever. Like anything on the throat area. That way your shuffle would be like... Anyone who gets a fucking tattoo on their throat that's Yu-Gi-Oh is like... GG, you got it. 15, ask them if they want to play for money. Now, this is always very intimidating because this man is about to bet real money, real currency that you need to live on a cardboard childhood game. So that's pretty serious. And then 15, just take the match slip when you sit down, and then just sign win. And if they have any problem, just be like, I really don't see, just tell them you don't see the problem here. Like, it's pretty simple. So those are 15 ways how to intimidate your opponent. I highly advise someone uses them all, and tell me how it goes, and let me know if I should do more random videos like this.